here and let everyone see you and know how amazing you all are and how much we appreciate all the work that you have put in. We have little token gifts for each of you to thank you all for your service. And thank you for being our scroll wrangler. It was my honor. And
so much for your support of our art.
thank you. Thank you all.
For the scribes of the West, hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah! Actually, she still has to release her champions.
That's how that works.
Let Helgi and Helga and Fergus come before Her Majesty.
I know Fergus lost weight, but this is ridiculous.
Simply at some point you say I release you.
So thank you. One, thank you both. Well, all three of you. He's there. Can you see Fergus right here?
Yes.
Thank you for stepping up. You brought not just me an immense amount of joy with your shenanigans, but I know you have been very entertaining for the populace as well. And thank you for sticking with it for such a long time. I have to release you. Thank you. All right. I really should.
Long live the Queen of the West!
Long live the Queen of the West!
I get to do it too.
Long live the Queen of the West! Long live the Queen of the West!
Wait a minute, who's doing it for Fergus?
I just saw Flea.
Long live the Queen of the West!
Long live the Queen of the West!
Yeah, there's tears.
Heed now the words of your sovereigns.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for sticking with us and supporting our volunteers through a very difficult period of time, for coming out and braving the evil day star over a few days of extreme heat, and for just being here for us. I know I'm repeating myself when I say thank you over and over again. But I don't know that I have enough words to say it enough times to all of you.
Your Majesty, first I just want to say how generous this woman has been to me. And if there's anything grand in this reign, I assure you it comes from my left. That's where all the love, sunshine, and brightness comes from. Lastly, for me, this is my 22nd year of being a knight, I believe it is. And when I release this bit of Filthy to the kingdom, I will not be returning to Filthy. I will be going on to my new lands. Whew. And one does not realize always the consequence of one's decision and how much I'm going to miss all of you. And this weekend has been more than I could have asked for. And to get to end my time in the West as your king is a blessing. And even if it gave me 18 months, it was so worth it for this weekend with all of you, and to see the brightness and the joy and to see the kingdom coming back out again. You made so much magic happen. Thank you for you old-timers raising me. I was a child when I appeared here. I was a child when I appeared here, and so many people were generous to me and tolerated me. And I grew up, and I hope you've enjoyed some of it with me, because I've certainly cherished it with you. Thank you, West Kingdom. Your Majesty. Let our heirs be brought forth. I believe the brow is heavy, the time is long, and the crown no longer fits my head as it once did.
Majesty, His Royal Highness, Prince Miles, having won by honorable combat,
You don't have to stand up if you don't want to, Daddy.
and having chosen Her Royal Highness, Princess Gitna, as his exemplar of love and duty, here presents himself and his consort the claim of your Majesty's hand, the crowns and thrones that are rightfully theirs.
Prince Miles, since you've been given victory over the field of honor for the greater honor of your lady, we would welcome you as our successor to the crown and throne of the West Kingdom. Will you now come forth and accept this honor from our hands and swear fealty to the crown and kingdom of the West?
Princess Gitka, since you have inspired your champion to victory over the field, we would welcome you as our successor to this crown and throne. Will you now swear fealty to the kingdom and populace of the West?
How would you like to lay your fealty? Place your hands on the crowns.
To their Majesties, we think here do I swear by mouth and hands,
Here do I swear by mouth and hands,
fealty
fealty
and protection,
and protection
to the kingdom and populace of the West,
to the kingdom and populace of the West, to uphold the laws of the kingdom, to speak and to be silent, to do and to let be, to strike and to spare, to punish and to reward, in such manners as concern the kingdom, in need or in plenty, in peace or in war, in living or in dying, until I depart from my throne, death take me, or the world end. So say I, Miles.
So say I, Gitka.
You hold this collar estate. We trust for our successors, for they may have need of them in the future. I, Uther, now claim you and crown you, Miles, King of the West.
long live the king!
Long live the king!
Absolutely.
Today's a very special day for me, for so many reasons. I got to win the crown after my night. My father's here, my sister, my favorite nephew, my whole family's here. This is very important to me because without the SCA, I wouldn't have a family, I wouldn't be here. And in a way, you're all my family. I'm glad you're all here too. Thank you for being my inspiration. Thank you for bringing me out of the dark. I, Miles, crown you Yitka, Queen of the West.
Long live the queen!
Long live the queen!
served our kingdom well. Far too long. You have our leave to depart.
Thank you.
But please do not go far. We may have need of you soon.
Fine, man.
No.
Your Majesty, there's the populace like you're
Please. And also for anybody who can't kneel in advance, just don't, please, don't even try. It's hard for you. Just stay standing. We get it.
Let the Earl Marshal, Kingdom Seneschal, and the Vesper Principal Herald come forward with their burdens.
She's right over there, Frederick. She didn't hear you.
Let the Vesper Principal Herald.
Sorry, I was admiring the workmanship of one of your artists.
I deliver into your hands the symbol of your power, the great sword of state.
Look, the symbol of your hand is mighty powerful. I trust that will serve the kingdom well.
Bees are going after that dog. That's crazy. That's why they put that carpet over it.
These look like words.
Are you kidding?
I'll have one of my scribes read them.
Okay, that's asking for trouble, man. Is that why you want to put it so fast? Can't we just put the stick in?
Of the word of the crown.
Feels real.
Dog.
Thank you.
Let all other great officers of state, the Exchequer, the Minister of Arts and Sciences, the Chronicler and the Constable, and the Bard of the West come forward and kneel before their Majesties.
See, they put the way right here.
Do you now swear fealty to Miles and Yitka, your undoubted sovereigns? And do you swear that you will faithfully discharge your offices, obey their lawful commands in all matters that concern the kingdom, uphold the crown and kingdom of the West, and mindful that the harmony of the kingdom springs from your deeds, that you will treat courteously with those of every degree until the king depart his throne, that thank you, or the world end?
I so swear. And we, for our part, do swear fealty to our great officers and our bard, and to those who serve with them, to protect and defend them with all of our power, until we depart from our throne, or death take us, or the world end. So say we, Miles, King of the West.
So also say we, Yitka, Queen of the West.
You have our leave to depart.
Long live the King and Queen of the West!
Long live the King and Queen of the West!
Let the Prince and Princess of the Mists come before their Majesties. Do you now swear fealty to Miles and Yitka, your undoubted King and Queen? And do you swear that you will honorably maintain their Majesties' lands in the Principality of the Mists, that you will obey their lawful commands in all matters that concern the kingdom, that you will uphold the crown and kingdom of the West, and mindful of the harmony of your principality, that you will treat courteously with those of every degree until the king depart from his throne, doth take you, or the world end?
I so swear.
And we, for our part, do swear fealty to you, our Prince and Princess of the Mist. And do swear to support, protect, and defend you and your principality,
with all of our power, until we depart from our throne, death take us, or the world end. So say we, Miles, King of the West.
So also say we, Yitka, Queen of the West.
You have our leave. To your throne. I have to blow my nose. I'm so sorry. These allergies here are real bad.
Let the Prince and Princess of Sinagua come before their majesties.
You can't. You know.
Do you now swear fealty to Miles and Yitka, your undoubted king and queen? And do you swear that you will honorably maintain their majesties' lands in the Principality of Sinagua, that you will obey their lawful commands in all matters that concern the kingdom, that you will uphold the crown and kingdom of the West, and mindful of the harmony of your principality, that you will treat courteously with those of every degree until the king depart his throne, death take you, or the world end?
I so swear. And we, for our part, do swear fealty to you, our Prince and Princess of Sinagua, and do swear to support, protect, and defend you and your principality with all of our power until we depart from our throne, death take us, or the world end. So say we, Miles, King of the West.
So also say we, Yitka, Queen of
To get the mist sort of
You
steamed
have our
out
leave
of
to
the autocrats area. In the living room. It's the black face. And
Let the Prince and Princess of Awertha come before their majesties.
You can stay there until thank you.
Your Majesties, it is my duty and honor to present to you the written fealty of Their Highness Miss Sora and Eleanor, Prince and Princess of Awertha, until such time as they can deliver their fealty to you in person.
This we hear, and do affirm that the oaths our predecessors swore to them shall maintain until such time as we shall see them. In recognition of the responsibilities that these coronets hold, we wish it known that we reaffirm and uphold all charters and traditions that exist between the West, the Mists, Sinagua, and Awertha, and we specifically grant our loyal princes and princesses the privilege of bestowing leaves of achievement upon those subjects they find worthy of such honor.
Let the barons and baronesses of Alicia, Escalia, Tarnmist, Westermark, Wintersgate, Thetford, Darkwood, the Far West, Rivenoak, and Silvergard, or their representatives, come forward and kneel before their majesties.
Or don't kneel.
As the case may be.
stay away from the bees.
Exceptionally for the barony of the Far West.
Your Majesty, due to health concerns, their excellencies from Rivenoak did not feel wise to travel here. May I accept the oath on your behalf?
Yes, please.
We've delivered written words to your glorious and predecessors.
Yes, please.
Stay away from the bees.
Do you now swear fealty to Miles and Yitka, your undoubted king and queen? And do you swear that you will obey their lawful commands, hold and administer their baronies, support all your people in their various endeavors, bring all good works to the notice of their majesties, and mindful that the harmony of your baronies springs from your own deeds, that you will treat courteously with all, whatever their degree or station, until the king depart his throne, death take you, or the world end?
And we, for our part, do swear fealty to you, our barons and baronesses, and do swear to support, protect, and defend you and your baronies with all of our power, until we depart from our throne, or death take us, or the world end. So say we, Miles, King of the West.
So also say we, Yitka, Queen of the West.
You have our leave to depart.
Let those dukes, duchesses, counts, countesses, viscounts, and viscountesses who wish to swear fealty now come forward and kneel before their majesties.
Oh, yes. I apologize. That was sneaky. Trying not to flip over, but also trying not to make it look like I'm standing up and listening to you. Yeah, not your order. Good.
Do you now swear fealty to Miles and Yitka, your undoubted sovereigns? And do you swear that you will uphold the crown and kingdom of the West, obey their lawful commands in all matters that concern the kingdom, and that you will treat with chivalry those of every degree and station until the king depart his throne, death take you, or the world end?
I so swear! And we, for our part, do swear fealty to these royal peers of the West, and to protect and defend them and their households with all of our power, and to we depart from our throne, or death take us, or the world end. So say we, Miles, King of the West.
So also say we, Yitka, Queen of the West.
You have our leave to depart.
Let all knights of the West here present come forward with their swords girded on. Try to make that
Can my father stand next to the pole? Would you mind stepping to the side, please? I'm so sorry. He just needs something to hold on to.
I don't want to get back. Yep, that's bucket.
I didn't recognize you with the mouse.
Hi, darling.
You now swear fealty to Miles and Yitka, your undoubted sovereigns, and do you swear that you will uphold the crown and kingdom of the West, faithfully perform the duties of your noble order, obey their lawful commands in all matters that concern the kingdom, pay heed to her majesty's example in matters of courtesy, and treat courteously with those of every degree and station until the king depart his throne, death take you, or the world end?
I so swear! And we, for our part, do swear fealty to these knights of the West, to protect and defend them and all their households with all of our power, till we depart from our throne, death take us, or the world end. So say we, Miles, King of the West.
So also say we, Yitka, Queen of the West.
Long live the king!
Long live the king!
Long live the queen!
Long live the queen!
You have our leave to be departed.
I love the little swords couple, but I think that time around they were good.
Yeah, that time they were good, but you know.
Time's fast. When you fail.
Nobody saw that. You got to look first.
Which one's that for? Laurel? Oh, you're okay.
Oh yeah, I just heard you.
Yeah.
Do you now swear fealty to Miles and Yitka, your undoubted king and queen? And do you swear that you will uphold the crown and kingdom of the West, faithfully perform the duties of your noble order, obey their lawful commands in all matters that concern the kingdom, and that you will treat courteously with those of every degree and station until the king depart his throne, death take you, or the world end?
I so swear. And we, for our part, do swear fealty to these companions of the Order of the Laurel, and to swear to support the noble order to which they belong, and to protect and defend them and all of their households with all of our power. So we depart from our throne, or death take us, or the world end. So say we, Miles, King of the West.
So also say we, Yitka, Queen of the West.
You have our lead to depart.
I would just think more like prowess.
Oh man, we're just...
There you go. Yeah. Let those companions of the Order of the Pelican who wish to swear fealty come now forward and kneel before their majesty.
Hello. Please use pillow.
I mean, she's looking
like a baby.
Hi, Papa.
Kaylin.
Do you now swear fealty to Miles and Yitka, your undoubted sovereigns, and do you swear that you will uphold the crown and kingdom of the West, faithfully perform the duties of your noble order, obey their lawful commands in all matters that concern the kingdom, and that you will treat courteously with those of every degree and station until the king depart from his throne, death take you, or the world end?
I so swear.
And we, for our part, do swear fealty to these companions of the Order of the Pelican. We swear to protect the noble order to which they belong, to protect and defend them and all of their households with all of our power, so we depart from our throne, or death take us, or the world end. So say we, Miles, King of the West.
So also say we, Yitka, Queen of the West.
You have our leave to be departed. Last time, right?
Such a sweet. I love the underbite.
I know. She cracks me
Those companions of the Order of the Defense who wish to swear fealty come now before their majesties. Do you now swear fealty to Miles and Yitka, your undoubted king and queen? And do you swear that you will uphold the crown and kingdom of the West, faithfully perform the duties of your noble order, obey their lawful commands in all matters that concern the kingdom, and that you will treat courteously with those of every degree and station until the king depart his throne, death take you, or the world end?
I so swear. And we, for our part, do swear fealty to these companions of the Order of Defense. Do swear to support the noble order to which they belong, to protect and defend them and all of their household with all of our power, until we depart from our throne, or death take us, or the world end. So say we, Miles, King of the West.
So also say we, Yitka, Queen of the West.
Have our leave.
Long live the Queen!
Long live the Queen!
Long live the King!
Long live the King! Come here and dance for me, Will. Get some water here, Grace. Come here, Will. Dance. Dance.
I can dance.
Entertain.
I can dance.
Grace needs some water. It's our job, Grace.
Yes.
Did you get your water? We will wait until you get it.
Her Majesty has regard to install.
Okay.
Her queen-size herald is ready to assist.
Great. Pull out water. Let's do it.
Let the following come forward and kneel before the Queen. Cecilia Nail, Sean Tracy of Newbury, Caleb Maxwell, Dante of the Black Guard, Titus of the Black Guard, Hosokawa Noshida, James McGowan, William of Effingham,
reminded to name you to our guard. Will you accept from us this responsibility?
We will.
If any of these named are squires, cadets, or students of any peer, let their peers come forward and kneel beside them.
Yes, but I can't think of it. May not be I know he's told me to do it.
Do you now accept the responsibilities of service in the Guard of Yitka, Queen of the West? And do you pledge to come to Her Majesty's aid, should it be necessary and within your power?
Yes, we so swear.
Your Majesty, do you wish to name a captain of your guard at this time?
I would name William of Effingham to be the captain of my guard. William, will you accept this position?
Someone want to give a hand?
I'm not that old.
Then take from us this baldric as token of your faith.
Woo!
Her Majesty has determined that there should be those of high honor, courtesy, and prowess at arms, to whom the members of her guard might go for instruction in the virtues and skills of chivalry. These people shall be known as counselors of her guard.
I'm sorry, I have a line? Where is it? Your Majesty, which of our peers would you name as knights and defense counselors? He's got two.
We would favor Sir Vincenzo de Calabria and Jose Ramirez de Coronado.
Let Sir Vincenzo Calabria and Jose Ramirez de Coronado come forth and kneel before Her Majesty.
Really picked some names on those. Yeah, I've always called for it. He hasn't heard of it.
Coronado, do you swear to serve us as counselor and to instruct our guard to the virtues of chivalry?
I so swear.
Then we charge you to continue as an example of courtesy, honor, chivalry, and prowess, and to aid the members of the guard to improve their skills, both on and off the field, that they may be better prepared to one day become peers of our kingdom. You have our leave to depart.
No, apologize.
I chose most of you because I either know you and are already extremely comfortable with you and love spending time with you, and know that I will never be in need of anything if you're there, or because you're new friends that I'm excited to get to spend time with and to see how you develop, both as a fighter and just as a member of the kingdom. And I think that you're all going to bring a lot of joy to the populace and to us.
She's not necessarily doing herself a lot of favors with the Katana, just because it really needs to be matched against another Katana. Honestly, I mean, Armin's sword that works out okay. that's not a big thing. If we can keep driving, all the better. Shoot off.
No, it's easy.
Okay, all right. That was the other thing.
Gravel letter.
Yeah, sure. Their skills definitely getting better.
Long live the Queen!
Long live the Queen! Actually controlling the force. You know what I mean? And that's a big thing when you see that.
Yeah.
I'm usually not too concerned when I fight it.
Basically,
You got who's called?
you're the one that people tell us themselves with the trouble with it advocating.
In years past, King's Huscarls were established as a personal guard for the king to serve as needed in such ways as His Majesty should require. His Majesty, having determined that they have need of such people, calls before them David of Aragon, David Bucket, William of Menyon, Titus Octavius Nobilis Ingenius, Geoffrey Scott, Falcon Bjarnolfsson, Lucas McConnell, Alfar Utherson, Sigifrith Hockney, Thorfinn the Cruel, and Duke Alaric Sartiana.
For several years because I stopped fighting. Because my knees were too shot.
Well, now that you're bionic.
Yeah.
His Majesty would name you King's Huscarls with this a special duty to serve as his personal guard when he goes forth in war, to protect the honor of his kingdom, and to stand by him in battle, in victory, or in defeat. Badge of the Huscarls is or an antique crown voided vert surmounted by a sword gules to signify that the Huscarls will stand between the crown of the West and any danger that threatens. Will you accept this appointment? I do.
Like I said, the SCA is my family. But there are some of you that I trust more than others to protect me. And there's nobody I could think of that I would rather fight alongside of the field, that I can trust their honor, that I can trust that they will protect my lady, that I can trust that they will do our kingdom good and will not embarrass us. And most I expect you not to let me get my butt kicked. Promise. Basically, you guys are my friends and I want you to fight with me. And I want you to fight alongside me. I hope to see you at Great Western. And then, special something for you, Bucket? That's a separate ceremony, so you don't get to go nowhere. The rest you can get
For
the
the
heck out of
King's
here.
Huscarls!
Huzzah! Long live the king! Long live the king!
Until we let him die.
Sacrifice.
In years past, a banner bearer was appointed to follow His Majesty into battle, so that all would know where he was on the field. His Majesty calls before him David Bucket. Knight. His Majesty would name you as his banner bearer. Why don't you speak?
Yeah. You're like my best friend, man. You've always been there for me. The reason why I feel so comfortable on the field is because I know I got you beside me. And there will never be another banner bearer besides you as long as I am on this throne. As long as you will take that job.
Following into battle, carrying proudly the banner of the West. Should he fall before you, you must defend his body and lay that banner across it when you die. For the banner bearer of the West, David Bucket. Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah!
Hip hip! Huzzah! Never leave, Bucket. Woo!
Jack was your best friend.
Let Hosokawa
A lot of best
Takeshi
friends.
come and forward and kneel before Her Majesty.
Hosokawa Takeshi, we are minded to name you our champion. Will you accept from us this honor and duty?
Absolutely. Direct my wrath.
Repeat after me. Here I swear
Here I swear
to protect and defend my queen
to protect and defend my queen
in any way that is within my power,
in any way that is within my power,
to come to her aid
to come to her aid
whenever she has need of me,
whenever she has need of me,
and to treat courteously with all,
and to treat courteously with all,
that I may bring her honor.
that I may bring her honor.
So say I.
So say I, Hosokawa Takashi.
We ask that you wear this baldric cloak and carry this token as a sign of our favor with our king. Can I say words? All words. You are not just my brother because of lineage. You are my brother because from the moment I met you, I have loved you and I have trusted you. You have brought me joy on the warfield when I had trouble finding it. You've been a shoulder to cry on. And you have guided me through some of my most difficult times, both in the SCA and in daily. And I am so honored that you've accepted me. And I love you.
Thank you, my friend.
She's going to be a good singer.
Honor you something not described.
Stop crying.
Part of the job. I'm sure.
You like him, right?
I do, yeah.
Long live the Queen!
Long live the Queen!
The great coronation is now ended. Long live the King!
Long live the King!
Long live the Queen!
Long live the Queen!
Now opens the first court of Miles and Yitka, King and Queen of the West.
Please see.
Countess Vera Veshniakova, pray approach the throne.
I present to you
Countess Vera, by her beauty, grace, and virtues, inspired her champion to win her the crown of the kingdom, and having reigned as Queen of the West, and thus by her own ability, having earned the title and rank of Countess of this realm, makes bold to approach you, that she may receive this same title.
Be known henceforth as Countess of the West. The book is mighty heavy. There's a lot of weight in those words.
Let ill further know that Vera Veshniakova having achieved the rank of Countess, but having reigned as Queen of the West through exceptional, unprecedented times, has by her gracious example earned the noble rank of Grand Contessa d'Occitane. Miles and Yitka, King and Queen of the West.
I'd rather let Uther get it. That was okay.
Your Majesty, I thank you for your generosity in allowing me to do this. What you may not know is somewhere close to 20 years ago, I gave her her AOA. And I actually gave it to her, and I asked her about her name, and she sassed me and said, I ain't telling you that, blah, blah, blah. I don't have my name, blah, blah, blah. And I did had her called to court as Vera Osofriend. Many years later, my esteem had not waned for this amazing woman, and I got to make her a court baroness. And I got to see her grow in the society and become my peer in every regard. And I was humbled that I got to still keep company with such an amazing person. And when she said I could fight for her, that was truly a joy, because I long since had been inspired by her to try to be a better man and to be like my good friend, Vera. Vera, Contessa of the West.
My Lady Countess, be welcomed into the Order of the Rose. Do you wish to swear fealty at this time?
To your liege, and before your peers, swear your oath.
Here do I swear, by mouth and hand, fealty and service to the crown and kingdom of the West, to speak and to be silent, to come and to go, to strike and to spare, to do and to let be, in matters that concern the kingdom. On my honor and the lawful command of the crown, in need or in plenty, in peace or in war, in living or in dying, from this hour henceforth, until the crown depart their crown, death take me, or the world end. So say I, Vera.
This do we hear, nor fail to remember, and we for our part do swear fealty to you, Grand Contessa Vera, and to all of your household, to protect and defend you with all of our power, until we depart from our throne, death take us, or the world end. So say we, Miles, King of the West.
So also say we, Yitka, Queen of the West.
Oh.
There's a
That was
scroll, Your
not
Majesty.
graceful, because I'm on the extra. Oh my God.
I would like all of you to gaze at the scroll that clearly people who loved her did.
So it's a big one, but we needed to make it big because there were 15 scribes.
Oh, wow.
So inspired by her excellency that we needed to make room for all of them.
Oh, amazing. Have you seen it, T?
Another tissue.
Let the proclamation be read.
Know by these presents that we, Miles and Yitka, sovereigns of the West, in recognition that our subject Vera has reigned as queen in our realm, do hereby style her Grand Contessa d'Occitane, and to admit her to the right noble order of the Rose. We do affirm her sole and exclusive right to bear the following by letters patent in the kingdom of the West. Argent, a rock volant, wings endorsed, maintaining with its feet an elephant sable, within 8 roses in annulo, alternately, sable and gules. And, in addition, we do grant unto her an augmentation of arms to be of a form agreeable to her and herself and themselves, and to be registered by the College of Heralds of the Kingdom and of the known world. For Grand Contessa Vera, hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip huzzah! Oh, yes. Let Duke Uther and Grand Contessa Vera Veshniakova come and kneel before their majesties.
Could you run away? Where'd he go?
He's ready to go. John, he's already in Idaho.
Checked out.
I owe him 6 probably. Yeah.
He's coming. He says he's coming.
You just thought you were done.
Another year. Sorry, guys.
I don't know, man. That's possible. We all know that little girls learn to cry from Papa Uchu. That's how I learned how to cry.
Through these current times of plague and uncertainty, the mighty branches of the Western Oak supported and sustained our kingdom and the society. Your actions in the face of adversity have been a ray of light in the darkness and a reminder that our kingdom is still alive. For the service you have provided, we, Miles and Yitka, King and Queen of the West, proclaim you recipients and members of the Order of the Gratia Coronation. Let this token from our hands be a symbol Their Majesties could not, of course, give this award to themselves when they gave it to everyone else at the court yesterday. For Vera and Uther, whose actions and inspiration brought us through very dark times. Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah! Hear now the words of your king and queen.
I'm gonna make it fast because you're tired of hearing words fall out of my mouth and tears fall out of my face. So, thank you all for being here. It was a lot of work for us to get here. Everybody, right? Not just me, everybody. It was a crazy last minute change. I'm glad I got to see so many of your faces. I'm glad so many of you stayed today. Thank you so much. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Thank you for being here. And thank you for everybody who made this event happen. The list is way too large to mention everybody's name. We'd be here for so many hours later. Thank you, everybody. Seriously, thank you.
I just want to say this weekend, I felt the same magic that I felt at my first events. There was so much joy in everyone seeing each other again and just getting to be here and celebrate the way that we always have and we've missed for these last 2 years. So thank you all, and I hope that we can keep that magic going.
And hopefully see some of you at Great Western, Miss Coronet, Sinagua Coronet. Get them out of here.
No further business before this court. Long live the king!
Long live the king!
Long live the queen!
Long live the queen!
Long live the prince and princess of the mist!
Long live the prince and princess of the mist!
Long live the prince and princess of Sinagua!
Long live the prince and princess of Sinagua!
Long Long live the Prince and Princess of Awartha!
Long live the Prince and Princess of Awartha!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Go home.